All right, peace to the gods. You are listening to the Jonah Bay Consultation Wednesday, where I answers y'all's questions that y'all have on the various processes. Right? I'm doing a lot of studying. I don't know about y'all, boy. I barely can keep up with my studying and the whole nine, all this banking stuff. You know what I mean? But anyway, I just had to really get into a whole new a whole new um treaty of the Moors that no one's seen or know of. Now, I'm gonna read it. I ain't gonna give it out. I'm probably gonna give it out the next seminar I do or webinar. But you got a lot of people that's on the internet, whether it's Facebook, uh, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. They all arguing. They all arguing about, oh, we're not Moors, we're Indians. We're not Indians, we're Hebrew Israelites. We this, that. Most of all, when I'm listening, majority of the time, they don't want you to be a Moor. They try to say if you're a Moor, you came from West Africa. West Africa being over there, the place they call Africa today, which really ain't the name of that continent. But back in the past, believe it or not, West Africa was considered here, the Americas. And that's also where you get the term West Indian from. Because the original place that was called India was over here, the Americas. It was called India. And at the time, the place y'all call India today was called Proctus. Proctus. They switched the names around. Every name that was here in America, they gave to another part of the world to confuse us, the Aboriginal people from here, where we are and who we are. Everyone around the world is literally took a nationality from here, from this landmass called the Americas, and claiming it for themselves today. And they are mad that we are now using the knowledge to get back our nationalities in our history. But our history is already written for global history. It's already known about people if you can get your hands on the actual documents. So once again, I have my hand on the original goddamn treaty with the Moors. So right off the top, and this came from the Library of Congress, right off the top, it says indigenous Moors of Amexem Tribal Republic. That's the person who did this treaty with the United States in 1787. Yes, 1787. Well, that's what the white boys put down as the date. That ain't really the date, but they put 1787 in their Gregorian calendar, right? And it says Treaty of Peace and Friendship of 1787. So, right off the top, the header tells you that we were Moors, Mours. We were indigenous to the Americas, and Amexem, and that was America. And we were a tribal republic, which is telling you right off the back what? We were the tribes that was here. The Aboriginal tribes, the indigenous tribes that was here. And we had a republic that was given permission to their republic to be or to exist. We gave them their charter, right? Now, it says between the United States and the Moors, Mours, parentheses, Moors, certified translation of the treaty with the approval of Thomas Jefferson and John Adams, also known as the Treaty of Marrakesh. I'm one of the few Moors that told you that the treaty is not called the Treaty of Peace and Friendship. The real name of the treaties is more than one, it's several different parts that went all around the world. It was called the Treaty of Marrakesh. Here's another treaty that's telling you it's the Treaty of Marrakesh. I've been gathering up all the original treaties that actually give the true information back to you, so called Black people, Moors, who you really are and where you really are and who America did the contract with. They actually did the contract with the indigenous Moors of a Mexican tribal republic. It's the congressional record that proves it. Most of these things is written in Arabic. Yeah, I know. Not even the Moorish Science Temple have ever showed you this documents because they ain't got them. As I said, they were infiltrated. And I got 4 more treaties that y'all never seen. This is not the Treaty of Tripoli. This is not the specific treaty of the Treaty of Marrakesh. This is one of the ones in that whole volume. It's a whole volume of different treaties, but they only show you 1 or 2 of them. Right? So a lot of y'all be thinking, oh, well, the Moors came from Africa and they sold us out and da da da. And I says, yo, I can neither confirm or deny that. What I'm saying is the same way today you got Black men, so-called Black men and women that are cops that's working for the powers that be against us every day. But at the same time, the majority of us so-called Black people don't do those jobs and don't work against each other in a political capacity, right? Well, that's the same thing that went on back then. You had dirty Moors back then, you got dirty Moors today. You got dirty Black people today, and you got you know, very kind Black people of today, so-called Black people. You see what I'm saying? Don't get the shit twisted. A lot of your real teachers, your real elders got the actual facts and proof to show to you. I'm one of them now that got the actual facts and proves to you who you are and where you are. You just got to get with the right teachers so they can pass the right information off to you. So what did we learn today? It's the Treaty of Marrakesh. It's not the Peace and Friendship Treaty. Every treaty, we could do a treaty tomorrow with China and it would be called Peace and Friendship. Every treaty, no matter where it is, says Peace and Friendship. That's a title. It is not the name of the actual treaty, right? You got the Treaty of Paris, and it talks about it in this here treaty. It's just another part of the Treaty of Marrakesh. All of them are just the Treaty of Marrakesh. It's like you got something like the Bible today, and you got many books inside the Bible. So the Treaty of Marrakesh got many parts to it, and y'all are calling it different things or the Treaty of Peace and Friendship, but they're all just a part of the Treaty of Marrakesh. And y'all don't know this started off as a treaty of commerce for real. So you got a lot of Moors, old Moors on YouTube that tells you that, but it means nothing to y'all because y'all don't have the proof. And I can tell you that no, they have not been following the treaties. But how they gonna? Why would they have to follow it if they know y'all don't even have them and y'all don't know who y'all are and what y'all are for real? Y'all are arguing amongst yourselves. So an Indian and a Moor was synonymous with each other. A Hebrew Israelite and a Moor was synonymous with each other. according to the documents of our ancestors that was actually there at the time. Stop listening to all these other people. Stop listening to your enemies and listen to your ancestors, what they wrote down and what they said was going on and who they said they are. That's the important part. But I ain't forgot it's consultation Wednesday. So let me open up the call lines and take some calls, answer some questions. Yes, there is a treaty about Mexico. Okay. That one is called, and it was done in 1787. And that part of the Treaty of Marrakesh was, this is what it said. Hold on one second. I'm going to open that up. So, yeah, y'all would know. The original people of Mexico was dark-skinned Moors. It says, the Treaty of Peace and Friendship, Limits and Settlement between the United States of America and the United Mexican States. Concluded at Guadalupe Hillglow, February 2nd, 1848. Y'all ain't never seen this one either. Y'all ain't never seen this one either. It's all the different places we as Moors were, and they had to send delegations to make the whole Treaty of Marrakesh go through, where they were safe in all the dominions where the Moors were. But let me open up the call line. All right. I'm going to 786-878. Peace to the God. Peace.
Peace to the guys, Jonah.
Peace, God. What up?
Can you hear me clearly?
Yes.
Okay. I'm currently doing the discharge procedure, and I just recently mailed out the billing error or whatever. I mailed it out to them, and they never responded. But I guess they.
First of all, let me ask you something. Let me ask you something, God.
Yes.
Why the hell you asking me about someone else's procedure?
No, this my what you mean?
You know what I mean. I didn't teach you no billing error.
Oh, I'm talking about the USC.
I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about, God. I never taught you the procedure, so why don't you go ask the person who you learned that from?
No, Jonah. It wasn't. Okay. Okay. All right. So scratch that. Okay. So I'm doing the discharge procedure. I already done default to them. I've been sitting under the duress. So they ended up hiring a firm.
What discharge procedure? See, this is what I'm saying. What are
the most recent one?
What's the name of it? Give me what you are talking about.
The discharge injunction.
That's, you should have said, yo, I did the discharge injunction and I took it into the billing error. When I gave it to them, they took it into a billing error. Now, what's your question? Now I understand what you're talking about.
No, you right, God. You right. My bad.
You got Johnny come lately people that's teaching other processes. Now I know about them, but it sounded like you was talking about that person's process. You feel me?
Oh no, I only got one teacher, and that's you, Johnny. That's it.
I mean, I ain't got no problems with anyone that can get people remedy and they're going by the law. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I am going to say, yo, if you got questions about their process, take them to them. Don't bring it to me. I didn't teach it to you. You know what I mean?
No, you're right.
You're
right. And I don't want to cause confusion to the people as well.
Right. Well, we cleared it up. We cleared it up. So what's your question though?
Okay, so they ended up hiring a firm, some lawyer firm, or whatever, and they wrote me a letter.
Are you still in question? Are you still in honor? You still paying it?
Yes, yes, of
Okay,
course.
good, good. Go ahead, go on.
So they ended up writing me a letter saying that they want me to give them all the funds, pay the entire balance. They want me to. So
Oh,
this
see,
firm is
now
telling me,
here's the
yeah.
thing. If you Google the law on
Hmm.
billing error, they are not allowed to
Yeah.
excel any loan when you're doing a billing error. That goes against the law, my nigga.
Yeah, trust me. Even them asking me to pay a certain amount of money, they can't tell me
Even
how
if
to
they're
pay
asking you to
and
pay
whatever
while the
money.
billing
Yeah.
error's going on, they can't do that. See, this is why I
Okay.
said you're gonna have to. You were supposed to go to the person who taught you the billing error, right? And
Yeah.
I didn't teach it, so I know you didn't get it from me. You know what I mean? So you're mixing my joint with a whole nother process, and I wasn't ready to teach it, so I never taught it. So you go on Google billing error law, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, and it's under 1026.13, and it's called the billing error resolution. You're gonna read the law on it. You also gonna go to it's also 15 USC 1666. There's another
Yeah.
one you need to read, right? And you
Yeah.
need to know what they can and can't do. That's why I be telling y'all, don't make no moves to y'all understanding USC 1666. Right?
Okay.
Now, do you know what error you said is a billing error? So what error did they make?
Oh, let me go to 15. I gotta go to
No, you
because
supposed to be
I
able
wrote
to
it
tell
down.
me right out your mouth how they did an error on your shit. Now,
Oh,
you know what I'm hearing, brother?
I gotta look at the paper.
You ain't supposed to have to look at the paper. You should know what fraud they did to you by simple words. You need to study more. But the problem is now you're trying to use it, right? But
Yeah.
you still don't know it. The billing error that they gave you, brother, was what kind of is this a house or a car?
No, it's a machine. It's a machine that I purchased for my business.
Okay, so you bought a machine, right? Now you had to
Yeah.
sign a promissory note, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Or application. It's either promissory note or application. A promissory note,
Well, I,
go ahead. What's your question?
mhm. No, 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 no. Continue. No.
Oh, a promissory note. See, I've been trying to teach y'all the principles of banking and the words that they're using, right? I can tell you
Yeah.
that on your application or your promissory note, you had to put your straw man's name and your social security number, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, the card that I just mentioned, what's the name of that card again? Say it slowly.
The the card.
Yeah. You had to put a number. What is the name of that card?
My social.
What's the whole name of that card? Yes. Say it
Oh, my
slowly.
social security number.
I said say it slowly.
My social security number.
You still
Oh,
not
social
saying it's
security
slow.
number.
Go ahead.
Okay, social
Uh-huh.
security number.
Oh, so you mean to tell me social means the public, right? As in
Yes.
the public, right? At public at large. Security.
Yeah.
Security, right? Number.
Yes.
So that number is to make what? Securities. Public securities, right?
Yes.
That's why you need to know banking terms. So I don't care if it is a application, that's a security. If it is a promissory note, that's a security. So the only contracts you ever been signing for real, is securities the whole time. Because as long as you got to put the name and that number down, it's a security. So, did you know securities is actually you have different types of securities. You got bonds, you got bills of exchange, and I'm gonna tell you something else. Everything is a bill of exchange. If you give someone a Federal Reserve note in a store like the dollar store and they give you back a receipt, you gave them a bill of exchange and they gave you back another bill of exchange. The problem is you don't know how to do banking, so you don't know how to balance the sheet. And when you know how to balance your sheet as a banker, you get all the money back, right? But the billing error was you gave them cash money. A security is considered cash money. You loaned them money, right? And they gave you the machine. The error is I never received any consideration for the security I gave you, and I never received any of my dividends payments from that security I gave you. That's the billing error. Did you know that every time you had a bill,
that security fraud?
Yes, it is securities fraud. Every time you have a bill, that bill on the bottom, the coupon on the bottom that looks like a check, that really is a check for you for your dividend payment, right? But you never received it because you don't know how to do banking. That's the fraud.
Banking,
That's the fraud. They told you they lent you money, but you gave them money. The fraud is you gave them money from the beginning. But you ain't gonna call it.
My security.
You ain't gonna call it. You're gonna call it a bearer security. That's the banking term. A bearer security. You never got any consideration for the bearer security that you gave them, and they never gave you anything in return. But keep that in mind and read these two laws I gave you on billing error. Do what the law says. Don't do what no one else tells you to do. Do what the law says. You feel me?
No, I feel you. I feel you. So another question I have for you pertaining to the same thing is on the paper that they sent me. It said like this is a debt. What do you say? It says this is a debt collector. Like so, I'm still like I don't pay that no mind, right? I just continue doing what I'm doing because
I told you to look into the billing error resolution and look what they can do and can't do while it's in billing error. And in the laws, it's make no attempt to collect. You need to read that part and reply to them. An unrebutted affidavit stands as truth in law. Is that not right?
True. Yes, sir.
So you're going to have to reply to that affidavit with your own, telling them they're not allowed to do it. And they're a third party and shut the fuck up. I don't have no business with you. Trincy versus Pagliara. Anything said from fucking counsel is hearsay. Don't forget the laws I've already taught you.
No, you right, man. You right, Jonah. You're absolutely right. Because I'm like, I don't know. You're right. You're absolutely right.
I'm telling you, believe it or not, y'all are getting confused learning from different people. I'm not saying you per se, but y'all learning from different people, and different people got different styles of teaching. You got to stick with one. You can't pick up everyone's style. My style is to give you the law and make you understand the law and use the law to the T. A lot of people just give you their opinions. Opinions ain't good enough because you can't go into court. Yeah, you can't go into court and defend an opinion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No. All right, wonderful talking to you, brother. You need more help, get a consultation, and I'll walk you through more. But I specifically answered your questions, though, for real.
Yeah, you did. Thank you.
Even though that ain't my process, nigga. You mixed my process with someone else's.
Come on, Jonah.
I'm just saying.
I worded it wrong. That's all. You my only teacher, Jonah. I don't listen to nobody.
No, I'm not even gonna front. I already know that when you do the discharge injunction, it will make it go into a billing error. So I'm giving you the other part.
Okay.
All right, peace, God.
Well, all right, peace, God.
I'm going to 303-669. Peace to the God. Peace to the God.
Peace to the God, Jonah Bay.
What's going on, my brother? How are you?
Doing wonderful, magnificent, and great.
Ashe.
The great OG, but you know what I'm saying. But man, Treaty of Marrakesh on point. Glad you went over that motherfucker.
Hold on, dog. That's just a part of the Treaty of Marrakesh. That's not the original. This is a sub part. You know what I mean? It's a sub part because the actual Treaty of Marrakesh is in Arabic and it's like a paragraph long. These are missing pieces of it. When y'all see it, y'all gonna bug out. Like, I didn't even give you the date that they said on that treaty. On this treaty, right, you gotta go to the bottom and they're gonna give you the date of our ancestors, which this date, they fudged this date too. But it says, this treaty shall continue in full force with the help of God for 50 years. We have delivered this into the book and hands of before mentioned Thomas Barclay on the first day of the blessed month of Ramadan in the year 1200. Now they got 1778, but we had 1200. But it wasn't really 1200. That was a I 200. The real year was 200. See, when you look at the goddamn original Treaty of Marrakesh, you could see it's an I and it's not a 1. They added 1,485 years or some shit like that onto the calendar. Their calendar, the Gregorian calendar, is not even close to our Mayan calendar.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I was on the treaty injunction, so I've seen the Marrakesh.
You seen the original one. This is the second part of it because I put the original Treaty of Marrakesh into the treaty injunction. That's right, I did. I used it right against them.
Yes, sir.
But this is the one that unifies us as Moors and Indians all at the same time.
That's the icing on the cake.
Right.
Like you said online, they keep bullshit.
Right.
You're not Moors and shit. And it's like, shut this that, man. You know?
They got us all fighting amongst ourselves. It's divide and conquer. But yo, I got the documentation that's going to bring us all together.
Remedy as usual. Please say the remedy. You know, that's all. We can't rely on this man for nothing.
Someone said, where can I find the treaty at? Brother, the only way you're going to be able to find this treaty that I'm showing, that I'm talking about, you're going to have to get it from me, or you're going to have to go to the Library of Congress. But if you try to get it from the Library of Congress, you can't get it. The only way you can get it is if you speak Arabic or Hebrew or Latin, because they won't let you in that part of the Library of Congress unless you speak those 3 languages. So you're going to have to wait until I make it available for people. Go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, man. All right, man. I'm gonna go ahead and get my questions off so I don't
Sure.
hold the clock up. My first one is I got some tax issues. I'm already on the tax injunction, so I'm good on that.
Well, once you do that, you ain't got no tax issues.
Well, my issue with her is because they ain't really down with me on the thinking I'm on. So
who's her?
She's already getting garnished and shit. So I'm like,
who?
My sister.
See, she's gonna have to do the tax injunction and send the tax injunction to whoever's garnishing.
That's what I was thinking, because I was like, why the hell did you let it go? But I'm like, man.
Bro, she's gonna she's gonna want to be a Moor indigenous who can't be taxed, who's protected by the tax treaty, the tax injunction, or either she wants to be a Negro or a 14th Amendment citizen and keep on getting garnished. It's her choice.
Man. Damn it. Decisions.
You can't, she's not going to be able to get the benefit of her ancestors until she acknowledged she came from her ancestors.
Makes sense to me, G. All right, well, next question on that one then is, I know you broke down that we would somewhere have to put that in. Is there any, did I email you about that in the private on some shit, or?
Yes, sir. Because you talking some extra shit that people don't know about because they ain't been on those seminars and webinars, you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's why I like to keep it on low, you know?
Yeah.
All right, so, man, I'm going to go ahead and fall in the background, OG.
Okay, then. Peace, God.
Peace of God.
All right, I'm going to 325-203. Peace to the God. Peace. 325-203.
God, John.
What up, my G? How are you?
Alive and thriving, feeling like a trillionaire. Hey, look, I want to speak on, first of all, say peace to everybody in the live. But you having the paperwork to unite everybody from fighting, that's live, John.
Thank you, brother.
Now, my question, and also you spoke about something earlier about the balance sheet, right? Now, to me, I've been studying. So, to me, you saying something like you must know how to do accounting, really.
All of it is GAAP, the GAAP accounting principles, right? Now, a lot of y'all don't really know about the mail duty, the Stamp Duties Act. And when you do the Stamp Duties Act and then use the firm mailing book and send everything out registered mail, that's actually you're doing the GAAP accounting, because that's the way that works, right? So a lot of y'all, it's like I've been saying for the last couple of weeks, a lot of y'all are dealing with intermediaries and they're jerking y'all because y'all don't know how to do the banking yourselves. So y'all got this middleman who's taking everything and then charging you to take everything from you.
Okay, so you had said something about an application is a security, which is cash money.
Yes, it's considered an obligation of the United States.
So everybody, we got
every time you're using your my mentor Tony King about 20 years ago taught me that when you put your name on a piece of paper, that's $1 million they get from the Treasury of the United States, and when they get your social, that's another $1 million. So every application, that's $2 million worth of units that they get from the Treasury.
So we just
in your
material.
name. In your name. It is you who is producing money out of thin air. It's not the banks. The banks are using you to do it. So every time you put your name and your social on a piece of paper, you're ordering the United States Treasury to pay it. But you're not the one cashing it in. The middleman is.
Okay, so my next question would be if we are in the process of doing our nationality and we are transitioning from the public to the private, we would have to learn about using what's that shit? CPN.
Okay.
Is that right?
Check it. Absolutely. See, but a lot of people, I don't like them using the word CPN because they really don't know what it means. CPN is a credit profile number, right?
Right.
So your social security number is a credit profile number, which means it's a CPN, right? Your EIN, right. Any EIN you get is a credit profile number. So those are CPNs, right? The one that everyone thinks that they know about is they're going to get a number in lieu of using the social. That's illegal. Only a straw man can write securities, right? So they need you to use an actual social security number to create money out of thin air, right? And that's the job of the straw man, to do that. But when you know banking, you will know how to balance the account and you will receive the money or the dividends or the units or the credits instead of some intermediary, some bank receiving the credits. You understand?
Gotcha.
And most of it comes down to you learning the terms, the terminology, the language of the banker. By now, y'all been learning with me, so y'all have learned the language of the court, especially when it comes to the Constitution, right? Now it's time to learn the language of banking.
Right. And my last question would be dealing with the trust. Now, would you recommend?
Now, the trust has an EIN. That means it has a CPN. And yes, you are going to be using that trust to do banking. Every bank has a trust that owns it behind the banking LLC or corporation. Even every law firm has a trust behind it that owns the law firm.
All right. I appreciate that, Jonah.
Mm-hmm. All right, then. Peace, God.
Yeah. All right. Peace, God.
I got time for one more caller. I'm going to 260-444.
Peace to the God, Jonah.
Peace to the God. What's going on?
Man, nothing, brother. Feeling great, man. I got a couple quick questions for you.
Okay.
Man. I went to go get my DBA, and the county down here told me I need to add something extra to the back of the name.
Okay.
Do I need to add something like the registered trademark, or just try to go to another county?
You can do that. What they're saying is, which DBA are you doing? Are you doing the DBA as your trust doing business as your straw man, or are you doing the one Scott, Jonah John doing business as Jonah John Scott?
The Scott, doing business as Jonah John.
You don't do that one no more. It's a useless one.
Okay.
DBAs,
Perfect.
I want everyone to do the one when they get their trust that the trust is going to be doing as a straw man.
Okay. And don't worry about the natural?
Yeah, don't worry about that.
Okay, so
you already are doing business as that. Every time y'all have ever filled out any application, especially with the government, They have made you put your last name first, first name, middle name. And by the time it was time for you to sign the application, they had your straw man's name somewhere in the middle, Jonah John Scott, and then made you sign with script, a curse of debt at the bottom, Jonah John Scott. Yes, they had been having your debtor, your first, middle, last, borrow from the creditor side, which is the other name, Scott, comma, Jonah John. Can't y'all tell those are two different names? See, you got people on the internet to this very day that's lying to y'all. Oh, the natural man is all is lowercase, uppercase, or the natural man is all lowercase, and the straw man is all uppercase. All of that is lies. If the word is Jonah, middle, John, Scott, that's the same name, whether it's upper or lowercase. It's a different name if it's Scott, comma, Jonah John. Now, Scott, comma, Jonah John is the creditor side of the straw man. That's where the money is being taken from. And the debtor side, the one who has to pay it back, is first, middle, last.
Okay, I got you on that. So do the trust as the straw man then, right?
Hell no.
For the DBA?
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I got
yeah.
Jonah John Bay Express Trust doing business as Jonah John Scott.
Okay, perfect. So now, how does that affect? Because I'm about to put this constitutional challenge in. I got
it
my
won't do nothing.
Copyright of the
straw. It won't do nothing. They know that's you.
Okay. But I don't. My birth certificate is still at the Secretary of State.
I understand.
So do I just wait to get that back and authenticate it?
I want you to authenticate it, but no.
60 seconds.
Do the discovery, because I got your discovery.
Right. Do the discovery and all that. Yes.
Without the non-UCC, even though I'm in the
process. Yes, that's what I said. Stop asking me the same question, God.
I got you, brother. I got you.
All right, peace to the God.
One more quick question. So,
the show is over. We got 40 seconds. The show is over. Peace, God. That's our show for today. Hope y'all enjoyed. I'll see y'all again Monday. Peace to God. I hope y'all learned a lot.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
Believe it or not, I actually gave y'all a lot in today's show with the breakdown of banking. Y'all need to listen to this show several times and y'all going to really understand what y'all heard today and how it works, especially when you have to use the creditor side. You better know how to write your name as the creditor, because those securities were done in that name. It was not done in your straw man's name, all lowercase or upper and lowercase. That ain't how those applications were done. Anyway, with that being said, I'm out of here. Peace to the gods.